Okay, so as I said in my yesterday's class that I need there was a new topic, and that is tabulation. Now you have done tally and frequency column there. Now how to form tables, how tables are there, how tables will be formed, that will study here. You don't have this in deep, you have just basic things. Okay, so the next topic is what? The next topic is tabulation. Okay, tabulation. Now what do you mean by tabulation? Tables. We just need to draw, in the sense to make the tables. Okay, how to make tables? What do you mean by tabulation? Definition is given here. Tabulation is a process of systematic arrangement of the classified data in rows and columns in the form of a table. Now what is classified data? You have already done classification there, means you have already put mark and all things. For that we have to put tables. Now that does not mean that we will get a question. No, you will be having different questions here also. Okay, so what is tabulation? It is a process of systematic arrangement of classified data in rows and columns in the form of a table. So what are the objectives? Why do you need tabulation? It simplifies the complex data to facilitate comparison, to give an identity to the data, to reveal the trend and tendencies of the data. For diagrammatic and graphical representation, a tabular data is essential. This last point, if you want, if you have seen MS Excel, if you draw there and if you select it and there is an option, it will give that data in the form of a bar graph or pie chart. There are some other. If you have used MS Excel, and those who know MS Excel, what is MS Excel? You know MS Office, MS Word. Okay, in that only you have MS Excel. This data is there where you can take data and convert it into graphical representation. Now that's the last point. Now I'll come to fourth point, to reveal trend and tendencies of the data. Now what is trend and tendency? Drawing these tables will make you understand how data is working, in the sense how men are working, how women are working. Okay, or how in the sense married women are there, how many unmarried women are there, how many of them married men are there, how many of them are unmarried men, in the sense single, married, educated, uneducated, literate, illiterate, employed, unemployed. Like this you'll come to know how many are employed, how many are not. If you make these columns, then you'll come to know, to give an identity to the data. That's what I said. If you make this, you'll come to know that how many men are unemployed in the year, how many men are employed in the year. So you are giving an identity for that. Okay, next topic, to facilitate comparison. Obviously you can compare when two quantities are there, we can compare. It simplifies the complex data when you make tables. Okay, simple example, your marks, they are given in table form only. Are they given in sentence form, math, science, like this? No, but even if do given also, it's in the form of table only. Okay, so if I add all your test marks, all how many tests you write till today, if you add them, or if you make columns there, or if you're merged, clubbed into it, then how will you come to know? You'll not come to know. What we'll do, first test marks, second test marks, third test marks, you'll make columns like this. First test marks, this is my first test, this is my second test, this is my third test. Then I'll put subjects here. Okay, this is my physics, okay, chemistry, or you have accounts, or you have economics. So now see, you're coming to know my physics first test marks, my accounts first test marks, second test marks, third test marks, then first test marks, second test marks, third. You'll come to know here. So this is what, this is simplifying the complex data. Okay, give me a moment, I'll rub this all. Okay, next page. Now last point, to facilitate computation of various statistical measures like averages, dispersion, correlation, etc. That's what, when you have tables, then you can do it very easily. That's what I said, I was explaining here. If you don't have those tables, how will you come to know my physics average is how much, my chemistry average is how much, my accounts average is how much, my economics average is how much? So this depends. If you put good amount of tables, you'll come to know. Means we need tables, it will help us to do the work later. Now, for these tables, there are different parts of a table. There are different parts of table. There are how many parts? Okay, 6 are given here. 8 parts are there. How many parts are there? 8 parts. Now, I'll clip this for you so that you can see it there only. Okay, I'll clip it. Okay, I've clipped it and I'll take it to page number 6. Okay, I'll remove it from here. Okay, I'll delete it. Now I am already having here. Okay, so you have here, they have written here general format of the table, it's written there. Okay, I'll read it out for you. First one is what? Okay, depend, and one more thing, it depends, as of it is given there. The various parts of the table are dependent on the nature and scope of the data. Nature and scope of the data. Remember, various parts depend. If those many parts are not necessary, they'll not come. So it depends on the nature and the scope. If you need it, then we'll do it. If it's not needed, then it's not necessary. First one is table number. Where is table number here? You can see here, table number. What is table number? Number should be given to each and every table in order to distinguish and also for easy reference. So table 1, table 2, table 3. Now what is table 1? Table 1 is my physics marks. Table 2 is my chemistry marks. Table 3 is my statistics marks. Table 4 is my maths marks. Table 5, or again table 1 is accounts. Table 2 economics. Table 3 business study. Table 4 statistics. Like this, you can make tables there. Okay. Title of the table, that's what table number is given. As I said, physics marks, chemistry marks, accounts marks, statistics marks, business study marks, that is the title of the table. Okay, then you have head note or subtitle. See, here some questions are asked for 2 marks here. In this particular 8 points, they'll ask for 2 marks. What are captions and steps, or what is head note or subtitle? They'll ask this. These are asked for 2 marks question. Okay, what is head note or subtitle? It is a brief explanatory note or statement given just below the heading of the table, put in a bracket. The statistical units measurement such as rupees, millions, tons. Okay, now what is this? Subtitle, physics marks. So marks, physics marks. How will you read marks? They'll be in marks. Will you read physics in rupees? No. So you'll write marks 100. You are reading it for 100. Such things like this, or they have given here rupees, something will be given, some balance sheet. So all the columns are in thousands. Means if you draw column here, if I write 5 here, what does it mean? That it is 5,000, because you have written here 000 like this. If you have written 20 here, so that means it is 20,000. So this is the meaning for that. Okay, then next point, what is caption? Where you can see here, what are captions? These are either 1 marks question or 2 marks question. Remember, column headings are called captions. What are captions? Column headings, they have given here in bracket. Column headings are called as captions. They explain what the column represents. Caption are always written in 1 or 2 words on the top of each column. See, they have given. Okay, you'll come to know when. Then you have steps. Row headings are called steps. They explain what row represents. Steps are usually written in 1 or 2 words at the left extreme side. Steps are always here. Captions are always here. Okay, so this is stub heading and this is stub entry. Column heading, column entries will be here. You'll come to know in an example. Next, you have body of the table. Whatever you write here, as you can see. Okay, whatever you can write here, this part, this is called as body of the table. You will put all those numbers, all those things will come under body of the table. Okay, next part, Next two parts are remaining, that is footnote and source note. This also is been asked. You see, you can see here footnote and source note. What is footnote? It is generally written below the table, explaining in briefly and precisely, clarifying anything special referring to the table, such as conclusion, remarks, inferences, omissions, additions, observations, and etc. And source, below footnote or below the table, source of the data may be mentioned for verification to the reader. If he has taken something from, I have taken this from, that is called as source. And footnote is any clarification here required if necessary, that you can be given in footnote. Now in your exam also, you will be having 5 marks question of tables. They will 100% they'll ask in part C to form one table. Okay, definitely they'll ask. So you be thorough, you'll get very easily marks here. You can get marks very easily. There is no need of what can I say, getting into trouble. I'm already telling you, these are the questions. They'll ask 99.9, sometimes 100% they'll ask. But because of this year's situation, we cannot predict how the question paper will be or how the government will set the questions. Okay, so now, what are the tables parts we have gone through? There are 8. First one is table number. Then we have title of the table. See, table number on the left. Then title. Then head note or subtitle. Then we have captions. Then we have stubs. Okay. Then we have body of the table. Then we have footnote. And then we have source. So these 8 parts, if they ask what are parts of the table for 5 marks, so this carries 5 marks question. Then you need not draw this, it's not necessary. But if you draw, it's well and good. The invigilator who checks your paper will give you marks very soon if you draw this. You draw in the sense, just you can write title, put a pencil small, captions, stub entries, footnote, source note, table number. That's all. This is. And if they ask for 2 marks also, what is general, write the general format of the table, then you have to write this only. This will carry 2 mark. This is carrying 2 marks. This is the general format of the table. This is parts of the table. These are parts of the table, and this is general format of a table. Don't get confused and write parts of the table in 2 marks question. This is 2 marks question, and these are 5 marks question. Means parts of the table is 5 marks question. In between they'll ask this for 1 mark, or they'll ask these two for 2 marks. What is footnote, what is source, what is stubs, and what is captions, 2 marks. Okay, so this is part of the parts of the table and general format of a table. Now comes rules or requisites of tabulation. Similarly, as they were in classifying data, remember they had given there no strict rules, but there are some guidelines. Here also same thing. What? There is no hard and fast rule for preparation of a table, yet few general points should be kept in mind, which are given below. First one is what? Size. What do you mean by size? Table should be according to the size of the paper with more rows than columns. More rows than columns means keep more rows. Columns should be less, but rows should be more if necessary. A sufficient space should be provided in particular cell to enter new or alter the any affected figures, and also exchange of the data can be done by altering the columns and the rows. Means column can be brought to rows can be taken into columns. This is what they are telling here. Now in examination, sir, can we do? Try to follow what is given in the textbook. You can do your own table. It's not compulsory to the table should be like this only. But when you come to know, when you solve them, they have given a particular general format. You will come to know. Okay, you can do in that format only. It will simply fetch marks, and the invigilator will give you marks very soon. If you try to bring everything from your own, then he has to look into, and he'll sometimes they'll not allot marks. Okay, so next is size. Next is logical order. What do you mean by logical order? Stubs and captions should be arranged logically according to alphabetical, chronological, geographical order. What in the sense? Usually you can see, I'll show you here. Okay, they have given whatever they want to this, because I'll show you one more thing. See here, arts comes first, A, C, S. They have arranged logically. Alphabet A comes first, then comes commerce, then comes science. So A, C, and S. Sometimes they do according to their will. As I said, try to keep them they'll do according to them only. See, they have changed here. Office O comes first, then B, T, B, like this. Is it? No. That's what I said. There are no hard rules. There are no hard rules, but if we want to, we can change it. Okay, there are no hard rules, but try to keep them as much as logically possible. Then the table should not be overloaded. The table should not be overloaded with number of characteristics, rather can be prepare another table. Means do not put everything in only in one table. If it's coming clumsier, if it's getting overloaded, if too much information is coming in one table, then make one more table. That's what the meaning is. So table should not be overloaded. Table should be complete in all respects. Means don't incomplete. If for example employed is given, definitely there will be unemployed. So don't cut off employed or unemployed thing column. Complete it. No cells should be left blank, either put dash or write not available. This is where you are filling some data or such way. Otherwise, in general, they'll ask you blank tables. They'll ask you blank table only. They'll just tell you prepare a blank table. So you have to prepare a blank table. Then miscellaneous column can be provided for the presentation of ratios, percentage, etc. of the data. Ditto marks should not be used, as they may confuse with the row and column. See, for example, if this is a row, this is column. Now if you put ditto here, what does it mean? See, if there is 35 here, there is 45 here. If you put ditto, okay, if you put ditto here somewhere, not here, wait, I'll show you, just a moment. Okay, just a moment. If you have drawn, okay, like this. Now this is some A and this is B. Okay, you have 35 here, 36 here. Now, and if you put C, a ditto here. Okay, now what does it mean? Is it 36 for this full thing? And if I put a ditto here, what is here? 36. Do I get a 36 here also? Don't know. If I put a ditto here, is this ditto for this E and F row, because I have 34 here, or is this number 36 or 34? If I put a ditto here, so I'll show you once again. If I've put, see, there are numbers here. I've put 34 and I've put ditto. Okay, 37 is here, some 38 is here. Now this ditto, what is it telling? Whether it is telling 36 or it is telling 34. That's what they're telling. So do not put ditto marks. Footnote, it is used to explain omissions, any remark regarding numerical entries of the data in the table. You will come for this. Source, the data obtained from publications, organizations, journals, etc. should be mentioned. If you are getting this, so paper, Prajavani paper, simple example. I have taken this from Prajavani paper. This will be your source. That is the meaning of this. So these are the rules, requisites for a table. How many are there? There are 9. First one is size. Second one is logical order. Third, no overloading. Fourth, it should be complete in all respects. Fourth, cells should not be left blank. Fifth, sorry, that is fifth. Sixth one, miscellaneous column can be given. Ditto marks should not be used. Footnote should be given and source note should be given. So this is rules of a table, and also I have explained to you table parts or parts of a table. Then we had general format of a table. So they'll not ask rules. I have not seen rules being asked, but parts of a table has been asked and general format of the table has been asked. So these questions might come, and I have some of you are coming and showing me assignments. Good, appreciate it. But what's happening is you are leaving theory. Some of you have left theory questions. You have only solved problems. I said all the questions should be solved, even theory 1 mark question, 2 marks question with the problems. Everything should be solved. You cannot do half and half. Some of them have left it, some of them not solved. And I wish to say that your tests will be for 30 marks and it will be for 1 hour for all the subjects. Test is for 30 marks and it will be for 1 hour. It is for all the subjects irrespective of science or commerce or language. Okay, though guys who see this video, usually commerce guys and some science will see this video, rest of the science students will not see. Please convey to them also that test will be for 30 marks and it will be for 1 hour. Okay, so I'll stop here for today. In the next class we'll be having type of tables and how to form the tables. Okay, and still many of you have not yet come to college to show the assignments. You still have time, you can show your assignments at the time of examinations also. Okay, so I'll stop here my class. I'll continue again in my next class. Thank you guys.